Welcome, Sandman Nation. I'm Nate. He's Brandon. We are the St. Louis Syndicate, and we're here to talk with you about Survivor. Man, Brandon, it has been exciting, and this past week, everybody we mentioned won. We're getting too good at this game.
Yeah. After all of those swings at the beginning of the year, I I've just been sitting around watching people not get eliminated behind me. It's a complete mess. I need some of these favorites to lose. This is getting completely out of hand.
I mean, look at that. I mean, the pink stars are all over the board.
Yeah.
Everybody we talked about. Everybody we talked about. I don't know. So, Brandon, we've got some really fun stuff to talk about this week. We're going to start right here at the top with the Kansas City Chiefs. Clearly the favorite this week. Are you playing them?
I'm not. I've made an executive decision.
Oh,
As you guys will see, um, or may have already seen earlier this week, we along with our Enter Sandman Sports podcast brethren, are going to stream the Black Friday game between Kansas City and Las Vegas. And so I thought, being alive 13 weeks into this, hopefully, let's not jinx myself this weekend, um, that it would be a great time to take Kansas City and get to sit through this game with everybody with some real skin in the game.
oh,
So that's what I'm going to
I
do.
can't wait.
I'm
I can't
I'm
wait.
locking in that ahead of time.
Now, we just
So
jinxed you, though, bud. That was a
ah
jinx because you've got to get through this week first.
yeah, no, and I'm on the fence. I don't know if I want to do Miami or I want to do Washington. Um, it's it's messing me up. I like what New England's doing better than what Dallas is doing.
Yeah, that's true.
So it makes me want to go Washington's direction, but Jaden being banged up the last couple of weeks and losing and it being in division and look, obviously Miami and New England's in division as well. But um I'm gonna flip a coin. We're gonna hit one of these depending on how I feel about it. Thursday morning, Friday morning, something like that. But right
I'm a
now, I'm
Survivor
I'm
expert.
locking everybody in. Come by, hang out next Friday,
Yeah.
and we're going to be sitting on Kansas City, along with a whole bunch of people from like Circus Survivor and all the big Survivor pools that have to play twice on Thanksgiving week and Christmas week. Have been holding on to Kansas City for this very game, so we'll get to do it all as one big group.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I will tell you this about Washington. So here's something that my very deductive reasoning plays into. Washington lost to Philly and Pittsburgh. Both of those teams are either in our top five or right on the edge of it. They
Hmm.
lost to Baltimore in our top five. They lost to
Hmm.
Tampa Bay the first week of the season with a strong Baker and a full supporting cast. If that whole thing was
Sure.
healthy, who knows where they'd be now? Their
Yeah.
wins were against the Giants, dog shit, Bengals, dog shit, Cardinals, okay, probably an okay one. Cleveland, dog shit, Carolina, dog shit, Chicago, dog shit, Giants, big pile of dog shit, Dallas, the biggest dog shit of all of them. So I really, really have to believe that the trend will continue.
It feels after sitting through that Monday game very reasonable for that to work out. And the upside is obviously that Washington, even with Jaden being banged up and taking two losses the last 2 weeks, still like the sixth ranked offense.
Yeah.
And Dallas being the 29th ranked defense should have a mismatch there.
What's
So
Washington's defense ranked since you're standing there looking at it?
19th.
Yeah. Well, but I say that because of Dan Quinn. There's an X factor. He's familiar with the Cowboys. He knows what they
Sure.
try to do, and
That's a good point.
he's an X factor there. And I think that his knowledge of the Cowboys will do much more for this Commanders than McCarthy's knowledge of Dan Quinn.
I like that point. That makes me feel much better about probably playing Washington.
Good, but don't listen to me
Um,
because I remember I don't win Survivor.
no, but like in the moment, as I'm thinking about this, this does make me feel much better, and I'm gonna have to poke around and
Yeah.
see what that does to weeks 14 through 18 as far as kind of mapping out the
Yeah.
rest of this season. But do like the sound of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. Cross our fingers, get through this week, lock in Kansas City for next week,
Yeah.
and then sit around and get to watch me sweat it out live on Facebook. So
It's gonna be
yeah, it should
fantastic.
be a good time. At the very least, there will be drinks involved. There will
Absolutely.
be disparaging people from Las Vegas.
Yes, and I will try to keep my dog shit comments to a minimum in case there's kids around.
Sure. Right. Right.
Because
Right.
we're
Right.
live. When we're live, we can't do that. Facebook will kick us off. But, um,
Right.
looking at this Survivor pool, though, this is a very strong group of favorites this week. And for your betting and your Survivor picks, this is going to be kind of crazy, right? Miami strong favorite over New England. Detroit, if you haven't played them yet, they should just completely roll Indianapolis. Denver, I don't like playing division games in Survivor, but they are definitely better than the Raiders. Tampa Bay, they're going to Tommy Colcuts or whatever, Tommy Cutlets.
Uh
Their
huh.
name. I have to believe that that's going to spark the Giants a little bit, but I don't know if it'll spark them over the Bucks. Cleveland, we already had that hashed out. Watch NFL Steam if you want to hear our feedback on that. And then
Yeah.
Minnesota and Chicago, you had a few key things to talk about there as well. Minnesota is a little scary actually because they are not beating these teams that they should be, like the Lions are beating them. And I think that's probably the best example, right? I mean, the Lions are beating teams that they should significantly, and Minnesota's eking by.
Yeah. Yeah. They're getting the W's, but th- they just have not been. They haven't been getting the ball to the right people. You don't see Jefferson just running with the ball or just getting a good flow of plays coming his direction. It's very odd. Um, and Chicago almost eked out a game last week.
Yeah.
They've got this flip on this new coach. They looked a little better. I don't know. For me, I hate the road teams. Like I don't like that. Hey, I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna play Minnesota or Pittsburgh or Tampa or Denver. Even Detroit is worrisome.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping. I'm hoping that this is a week. I know that a lot of people played Detroit last week
Yeah.
that had them available.
Oh, yeah.
But the people that held them for some reason, I don't know. I'm hoping that can trip up some people this week because I don't know, going on the road, you got to deal with Richardson. It's weird. He completes half his passes, but some of them are bombs. Like I don't know. Maybe somebody can squeak it out. It'll be interesting to see how that goes down. Maybe they just go in there and trounce him. I don't know. That would be on brand at the very least.
I think I believe that to be the case more than anything. So, all right. So join us Black Friday. Watch Brandon sweat out the Chiefs over the Las Vegas Raiders. He's got to get through this week. It looks like we're rooting for Washington and Kansas City. I don't know what your picks are, but those are Brandon's. Good luck, guys.
Or get after it. Good luck, everybody.